YouTube? What's good, man? It's your boy, Fit Soldier, coming to you with another freaking video. So, this video is going to be on weeks 3 and 4 of my BOLC class. So in this week, like I covered in the last video of weeks 1 and 2, we started a little bit of TacLog. But in weeks 3 and 4 is TacLog heavy, and that's when you have your first TacLog exam. So TacLog is one of the hardest exams here. There's 3 tough exams. You're gonna have TacLog, ammunition, and what's the other one? Now, TacLog, ammunition is a hard exam. And the exam we had yesterday, which was maintenance. There you go. Those are your 3 toughest exams at Logistics BOLC. Alright? Now, TacLog was week 3, and then we started doing a little bit of property book and communications in week 4. So, just to give you a little insight on TacLog, it covers your SSA movements, your logistical operations. So what are you gonna do if there's a medvac, somebody's hurt, injured, or needs evacuation from the FLOT, which is the front line of troops? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to get your class 1 or your class 5s from the the BSA or their SSA? What are you going to do to get it from there to the front line of the troops? Or what are you going to do to transport broken equipment like your Humvees, your weapons, whatever you need that's going to be down? How are you going to get it from the front line to where it needs to be, going backwards, using your combat trains? That's basically TacLog. I don't want to get into depth of it, but just know weeks 3 was our TacLog week. So 2 and 3, and then week 4 we started communications with property book. All right, property book is very important in week 4 because as a new lieutenant, once you get to your unit, you're gonna do property. You're gonna do property layout. And that's when your old platoon leader or whatever, they're going to be leaving, and you're going to be receiving all the equipment for your platoon and all that stuff. You're going to do a layout, and whatever you sign for, you're responsible for. So obviously in property book class, the key takeaway from that is if you don't see it, don't sign for it. Basically, common sense. Because if you sign for it, as a lieutenant, you're going to be signing for hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars in equipment. So you don't want to be responsible for it. All right. So if you don't see it, don't sign for it. What else? So another thing with TacLog, on the TacLog exam, there was a lot of calculations for MREs, of course, because that's included. What are you gonna need to set up a CK or an AK for food to support your infantry troops or whoever you're supporting? You have to know what type of feeding method you're gonna use. Also, you have petroleum, how to calculate your water buffaloes, how to the right calculations for water purification, the right calculations for gas, petroleum on your missions and stuff like that. What are you going to need? So there's a lot of calculations in TacLog. That exam is not multiple choice. It was basically 25 short answer questions, but it's a 3-hour long test for a reason. Like, even though it's short answers, it takes a lot out of you. Because you gotta literally dig deep into your notes and get the right answer, and your answer have to be in a good, nice paragraph method. Now, on every exam except the multiple choice exams, every exam you're allowed, I would say, 3 pages of your own notes. So if you calculate that, that would be equivalent to 6 pages because you got front and back on each side. And you would think that would be a lot. It's not that much, guys. So you got to write really small. What I've been doing, I write really small on there and write as much notes as possible. But you are allowed 3 pages. On your multiple choices exams, you are allowed your notes and whatever the instructor gives you. So if the instructor hands out documentation or pamphlets for that class, you can use them on your exam. So those ones are a little bit easier. Well, a lot easier, of course. The multiple choice ones, I've got like 100 on one and then a 96 or 98 on the other one. They're not that hard, guys, because obviously you have all your notes. The short answer ones, they're a lot tougher because a short answer, and then the answer for some of these questions would vary with the individual. So the TAC is actually going to be, I actually have to read deep into the question and see what your answer is, if it's a logical explanation for that answer for that test. So that's basically what we did in weeks 3 and 4. Like I said, for property book, we got to go to I guess it was a motor pool or some warehouse off from the schoolhouse, and we did a little brief PE, which practical exercise of doing a property book layout of some equipment. So we was able to do that and get a good understanding of how to lay out stuff. Make sure you check everything inside and out. Make sure you have the right NIN, serial number, all that jazz, all that good stuff. Alright, so that's what to expect for weeks 3 and 4. Stay tuned for weeks 5 and 6 in my next video, and I'll give you guys the gist on what we did in those weeks. Alright, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and that'll be it. And cadence exercise.